Hello, my name is Marion Burr. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I wish I was taught about boundaries and a sense of guidance. I learned that a child can sense whom something is missing, even when they don't have the words for it. As a child, I often felt out of step with the world, as though everyone else had a focus, a map that I never received. I was watching, copying, question, trying to understand the rules, and never clearly ever explained. I didn't know that I was learning slowly. I only knew that things felt harder for me. And that I seemed to get into trouble more than others. How easily innocence can be misunderstood. I spoke without filters, without awareness of how words might land. I didn't read faces. I didn't understand social cues. I was taught was honesty. I was only taught how honesty and curiosity was sometimes received as rudeness. Discipline came quickly, often physically, without explanation. I learned fear before I learned understanding. Some moments became stories retold in my own mind. Rooms fell silent. Adults acting strongly with laughter that could rather for them to connect. At that time, I didn't know that these moments mattered so much. Only it stayed with me. I learned that time cannot be erased, but only holding the memory. It can only bring perspective. As I grew older, I could see my parents not only as authority figures, they were flawed human beings shaped by their own limitations and pain. Each moment felt cruel, now sit along with compassion. This doesn't excuse hurt. It allowed me to hold, picture, a more balance and less bitterness. The moment of my mother's burial remains was vivid. As a tender pain and strangely symbolic roles shifted. Vulnerability showed itself openly. In that moment, it was unexpected sense of recognition. How fragile we all are as human beings. How dignity can slip away. It felt like closing a circle, not with anger, but with great understanding. Life can change when someone can offer care without condition. Meeting my friend who became a mother figure in my early 20s, I was guided with love. I learned not only that I was broken, but I needed guidance and I needed support. That relationship helped me to grow with confidence, emotionally safe, belonged, and a self-worth. It taught me that nurturing can come from even in later life, and it still deeply matters. It has taught me that I wanted to offer to others even if I didn't have that chance. I learned that play can be healing. With my nephew, it allowed me to step into stillness and with laughter, to be present rather than guided. I understand how magic it can be for a child to be seen and to feel loved. Sometimes it means games, jokes, sharing laughter, and sitting beside him, offering calm, safety without words. I am careful, though, to compare fun and boundaries. I know how important structure is for a child's life and how a child need to feel that sense of security. I mind him alone, I set clear limits, and I also provide a sense of safety, but also provide great fun. I want him to growing up knowing that adults can both have fun and playfulness and still be responsible. Being the role model to act as awareness and remember how confusion feels, chooses clarity, knows and how a child needs guidance rather than connection. Understanding behavior after comes from needed needs, not bad intentions. Trying to be a role model with respect, love, balance, and self-love. Healing can be quiet. It's ongoing. It doesn't erase the past. How I speak, how I listen, how I respond differently now. By carrying my nephew with intentions and kindness, I am now rewriting my own story. It is possible to humor, to honor where you came from without defining it. I carry my childhood with me, not as a burden, but a sense of empathy, insight, and depth through experiences. How to be present, not only for others, but for myself. Thank you for joining me, and please share my videos.